third time since the inception of the tournament. The last time that this tournament came and graced South African turf was in the year of 2020. Malawi, the young Flames, carry with them the steady heat of a side that knows how to contend. Third place finishers last time. They are determined to reignite their charge after a testing draw with Mozambique. This is a game of balance, patience, precision, and focus. Goal scorer on that day was a young man by the name of Clifford Chisale, scored right towards the end of the game for the Malawans, and they say they've had a good day to rest, recover, and rehabilitate yesterday and come into this game knowing that they've got everything to play for. For Angola, the Palanquinas, this is a return to familiar heights. Champions in 2021, they step forward with purpose. Their victory over Lesotho, a reminder of the power that flows from the heart of Luanda to this very field. They have tasted triumph countless times in this competition, and their hunger has only grown in its absence.
Malawi and Angola.
They have stuck with largely the same team that had that success against Lesotho in the opening game. So 2 parts cross here on the sacred pitch on this turf in Johannesburg as the road to Ivory Coast narrows with each passing day. Malawi and Angola are not just teams, they are vessels of pride, heritage and boundless hope. Their stories are written in the rhythm of their homelands. The Palanquinas drawing strength from Angola's rich footballing tapestry. The young Flames fueled by Malawi's unyielding determination to rise. As the CAF anthem echoes across the AW Miller Stadium, these players step forward not just for themselves, but for their nations they carry on their shoulders. Let's go down to the national anthem of Malawi.
And now the national anthem of Angola.
So as the echoes of the anthems fade into the stillness of the A.W. Muller Stadium, the atmosphere shifts from ceremonial to electric. Malawi and Angola now stand on the brink of a contest that will shape their journeys in this year's qualifiers. For Angola, it's a chance to reinforce their championship pedigree, to remind the region of the heights they once ruled. For Malawi, it's an opportunity to stoke the flames of their ambition, to show that their hunger burns as brightly as ever. So here's how the Malawi team line up, and notably one change then made by coach Enosh Tadama. Kachingwe comes into the lineup. The real standout man was Clifford Chisale, given more of an advanced role in this game, but it's largely stayed the same with Msongole, Alfanzema, Mugongo, as well as Mazia occupying the backline. Lumbe was good in the game against Mozambique. Mnyoto and Hassan Madula will be the influential men in the midfield. And that's how it looks there. You see it there. Clifford Chisale played more as a central midfielder up against Mozambique. He's given more leeway up front. Nandunga's going to be coming off that left side. And that's going to be an interesting contest. So the men and, well, the one men and ladies that will be taking charge of this game. We've got Sitsepe, Menze, Chenset and Ndlela taking charge of the games. Angola, they've come with the same team, and for coach Domingos Gustavo da Silva, he's gone with the consistency approach to yield results rather. Denzel Luyen played really well. He was one of the goal scorers in a 2-1 success up against Lesotho. So was jersey 18, and Isao Francisco going to have an important role to play. I really enjoyed watching the look of Marcos Remundi and Jose Baptista coming on the flanks and the wide channels. They're going to have an important role to play. So it's more than just a game, this. It's a celebration of what football means to Southern Africa. The whistle awaits, the stage is set, and the journey to glory is about to begin. Said it, that becomes really narrow, the path to Ivory Coast once you start reaching day 2 of the competition. So let's see who's more up for the billing today. Malawi attack the goal then to the right of your screen. Angola all in white to the left. Referee Sunyating Tepe. Make sure that it's all good. We were set for a 12 midday kickoff. Looks like we'll be right on time for that. She checks with the floorman and the CAF administrators, but really now it's where the tournament starts to light up. Where teams, it's do or die. Because after this you've got one game left, and then the chances really become slim. And for Malawi, the intention is clear. They need nothing less than a win here. Angola already with 3 points, want to topple the group. They know that Mozambique and Lesotho are the 3 o'clock game. So here we are then, 12 kickoff at the A.W. Muller Stadium as Malawi take on Angola. Now let's see how the two teams settle in. Oh, early giveaway of the ball there to Daniel. He's going to be fouled on the edge of that 18-yard box. Although the referee of the opinion that he was the one making the foul. Denzel Leon. Good watches yesterday in some of the games that we saw both here at the A.W. Muller Stadium and out at the UJ Soweto campus. The biggest winners of day 2 had to be Zambia, winning by 8-0 yesterday, playing against the Namibians. Zimbabwe also had a very good game. They won 5-1 in their group endeavor where they played against Eswatini. And then Amachita Bafana, one of the young South Africans, they played yesterday also their opening game against Botswana. And they also got their campaign off to a good start. So the first games are out the way. The game that really has the nerves is out the way. Now it's time to really do the business, to play, to live, and to relish the moment. Alfanzema, one of the youngest players in the tournament, 14 years old, goes to James Msongole. Really enjoyed the look of this Malawian team when they played against Mozambique on day one. Now they're going to win that one back. It's the new man, Simplex Kachigwe. Angola come away with it through Diaz. Vicente, happy to play in his goalkeeper. And here's Ivan Manuel, the man of Club Nacional de Benguela. Leon is available in the midfield. He will get onto it now. That looked tad off. Kept him on, did Alfanzema. The ball doesn't find Francisco, unfortunately. Goal scorer of the second goal against Lesotho was Eliseo Francisco. Ball threaded through, yes, looking for Chesale. In offside position is Chesale. Past couple of years, these teams really have been standout performers in the COSAFA region. I said it when I introduced this game that this one, it feels a bit like a final because it's a must-win game, but it's sort of dressed in disguise as a group stage game. But every single one of those group stage games now are going to be dressed like that. Must-win endeavors. As the ball is threaded through there for Francisco, who he can easily play both on the left and the right. Nkama conceded one goal so far in the competition. The Angolans were resolute, both in the midfield and in the defense against Lesotho. Lesotho scored right. It was about minute 88 when they got that goal. And he put the Angolans on the ropes, but it was far too late, far too little for Lesotho. Scuff clearance, that's by Josmar Vicente. First corner of the game is going to go to Malawi. The young Flames. Played shorts. Looks like it took a nick. It's going to be another corner. Someone's gone down early on. João Capitão for Angola. João Capitão plays for a team called AFA Club Angola. And this is what happened. Just perhaps ball hits him uncomfortably in the face area. That's what he's taking care of. Nothing that won't be solved with a little bit of water. That magic spray and ice. Magic spray really does wonders. All the guys in the streets of Libunda know that whether you're playing in the dusty patches there or whether you're out in the city of gold in Jozi, same magic, same spray. And Capitão back up and on his feet. So a second corner and quick proximity for Malawi. Up it goes, it lands on the bar. Can't pull the trigger, can Nantunga. Alfanzema Francis, one of the youngest players. It's always commendable for me when a team can bring a 14-year-old to an under-17 tournament. Really bodes well for the youngster. In development football, sometimes, not all the time, it works well to sometimes throw a youngster in to an older age group. It definitely increases their competitiveness and their technical abilities. But on the other side of the coin, there's doing it too early. And you don't want to put a youngster into an older setup too early, because that can have sometimes the opposite effect. Goal scorer for Malawi equalized against Mozambique, did Chesale. Dala sends upfield the way of Francisco. Alfanzema responds with one of his own. So the Malawans actually had two players that weren't able to be registered in time. Those guys have arrived just today. They had to be registered with some of the COSAFA administrators because of passport problems. And that's a big problem when African countries have to play against each other. You need to sort out the problems, the passports rather soon. And sometimes it's not as clear cuts with the different administrative systems in the country. But the two late arrivals for Malawi are Geoffrey and Chikondi, who arrived in the bus yesterday, along with some of the technical crew, goalkeeper coaches, some ladies players too. Yusuf Nantunga. Clifford Chisale skips a man. He does have Madula on his outside. Songole gets a touch. It's available again, surely. Offside. Hesitates slightly to pull the trigger. It wouldn't have counted anyway. Nandipa Menze of South Africa spots that one. She's a highly acclaimed referee, and you see there she's got it right on the money. I think that's why there's that bit of a delay from Yusuf Nandunga. He waits for the flag to come up to see if he's on or off. Sometimes you just put it into the net and wait to see the flag after. 2 offsides so far for Malawi. But in this heavyweight clash, in this heavyweight bout, it may just go all 10 rounds. The question is who'll deliver the knockout blow first. Malawi at the moment are putting Angola on the ropes. They've enjoyed large shares of the ball in the first 8 or so minutes of this one. I'm going to try to put through Chisale again. Now, I'm always interested in the academy and development setup to bring these youngsters together and get them together as a team. I'm happy to let you know how it works in Malawi. So in Malawi, there's a couple of development leagues, but the main one is the first Capital Bank Under-19 development league that has both pro academies and your independent individual academies. That's the first Capital Bank Under-19 development league that many of these youngsters are going to play in once they reach that stage. For the under-17s, they don't have an under-17 league per se. What they have, it's called a FAM Under-16 and Under-14 league. And what FAM stands for is Football Association of Malawi. And there they've got under-16 and under-14s that participate. So there's a good pool of youngsters to select from those country development leagues. You always want to be able to get the best talent and have them playing regularly week in, week out. It's a similar structure in Angola. In Angola, they have a twofold approach to select the players for the national team. They first have provincial championships, and then from those provincial championships, there'll be national championships from where a team is selected to come and participate for the Angolans. So it's an extensive process, the scouting to come up with a 25-man squad that's going to travel, and really there's millions of kids back home that they easily could have felt that they could have played here, all given away here to Yusuf Nantunga. Foul is won by the young Nantunga. Captained the side on Tuesday in the first game. Wins it well there. It's a hospital pass that's played to the opposite player. And Angola have not been themselves, you've got to feel, in the early stages of this one. Haven't seen them really have any movements in the Malawian half. Palanquinas, as they are called, the Angolan team, up against the Flames. This certainly looks like it could have a direct eye line to goal from James Lumbe. James Lumbe! More than comfortable save for Dala, who plays for Athletic Delunda. He plays in one of the biggest academies in Africa, that youngster in goal for Angola. Manuel sends up the field, but not to a white shirt. Ivan Manuel also very lackluster, lethargic, and Nandunga happy to take it on. He does have options. And Madula and Co unable to play it as well as they would have liked, but it definitely tells you what a rest day can do for a team. Most of these teams are training out at the Marks Park venue that's used by local under 23 Pirates, Orlando Pirates team trains at Marks Park. So does the Wits University team. So that's the venue that most of these sides are camping, doing their training. Raimundo. All up well. This is Lewin. Denzel plays it over the top to that right, where Baptista is. Jose Baptista of Athletic Petrol de Lunda once again. Francisco testing delivery to that 18-yard, and now the first corner of the game for Angola. Joel Mazia. It's a bit of an awkward one for the right back to deal with. Don't think he meant to take it out like that. Sort of the shin area that ball hits before it goes out for a corner kick. So let's see what they've been working on in the training count. Capitao sends to the head. They've kept this one alive somewhat. Makeshift, it doesn't make do. And Nandunga, rather that's Mofat Mnyoto, to take it out for Malawi. Now, many teams that participate in these COSAFA qualifiers have never graced the ultimate development footballing mecca, if you want to call it that, the Under-17 World Cup. Only a select few teams have gotten to that very stage. And how it worked in the past couple of years was that you needed to make a semi-final first at the CAF Cup of Nations, and then the top four then are our teams that go and represent our confederation at the World Cup. Angola have had that privy lots of times. I'll tell you about that now. Nandunga trying to weave his way through that tough defense. So that's ultimately the journey that we're on here. We're trying to first get the teams that are going to qualify for the Cup of Nations, and then after that ultimately to go and play the Under-17 World Cup in Qatar. Angola have been at that stage a couple of times, not only at the Under-17 level, but also recently they played at the Under-18 World Cup in Brazil, where they were able to make the quarterfinals. Their development is in safe hands. Good skip that by James Msongole. What a skill. Silky, silky, silky. Game is slowly opening up here. Lee Soon. Denzel Leon has gone down. Leon. He plays for Club Real Masama. Masama, man, look at that chop back. He's a skillful player. He's like a player that has silky feet. If once that played where it was taken, and it's in the Angola half. Delphim Luawu. That pass not finding anyone. I'm still telling you about the success of the Angolans, not only on the COSAFA and CAF fronts, but also on the world front. They've really impressed and put African and Southern African football on the map. They've made one appearance at the Under-17 World Cup. That was back in 2019. After they'd finished third at the Cup of Nations. They went on, listen to this, they went on to finish they went on to go to the round of 16 in that Under-17 World Cup, eventually finishing in 13th place in the world. It shows you how much they emphasize on development as Malawi just to work something through Nantanga. Hassan Madula has lots of fans that are constantly tuning into CAF TV saying, Madula, show them what you made of, my boy. His display on the opening day was okay at best. Hassan Madula. Lualua. Leon. Raimundo. Now Francisco hits the chest of Simplex Kachingwe. One of the players brought into the starting 11. Kachingwe didn't start the opening game, but he's clearly had a good training session. That's what coach Enos Chadama says. This is a good kid, James Msongole. He's going to chase this one down. Oh, goodness, there may just be danger here. Nandunga has options. There's Madula. He goes for the little clever pass. Ooh, that's clever. Oh, that's really cheeky. Scans and then almost an X-ray pass. Sees a pass where no one saw it coming. Songole. Madula. For Malawi, not yet have they reached the ultimate footballing development stage of the World Cup. Although they've been regular participants of the Cup of Nations, and there's that clever little ball from Yusuf Nandunga. Looks for James Lumbe. James Msongole. Oh, he's so affluent on the ball, so comfortable on the ball to take it up and down and move with it now. Was on his bike, he wasn't able to get there, but this is Simplex, the replacement. Let's see what this youngster's made of. He says, I'm made of step-overs and skill. Overruns the skill. Does Simplex, he plays for Zambira Academy out in Malawi. Getting his first couple of minutes. That's Southern African showpiece. The referee lays down the law to Captain Delphin Luawu. It's played short by Alfanzema. Now they try to clip it over the top. I wonder what the possession statistics would look like 20 minutes in. The ball largely been at the feet of the Malawans. They've made Angola defend and starve the ball. They've really done that. They've starved them of the ball, but Angola have proven time and time again they're a team that don't mind being deprived. You only need one chance in football, and that's sometimes all it takes. There's a song that says one kiss is all it takes, or one chance is all it takes in football. Baptista. Jose Baptista goes to Denzel Yun. Player stayed down for Malawi. I think it's a bit of an after effects, perhaps a hand, finger, something of that nature has left Nandunga. Oh, I think he's bleeding also. There's used to be some blood there in the mouth of Yusuf Nandunga. That's a tough game. I was telling my my smaller brother yesterday at home. I'm like, I don't know if you're ready for that level. It's a physical game. It's a contact sport for a reason. But for me, stages like this ensure that the youngsters, once they get into the pro setup, are ready. But is there, how much contact is there? Oof. He's gonna rinse it out. So I'm told that there will also be a water break. One of the intervals. It's a hot Johannesburg, although yesterday the conditions were slightly better, overcast, not as hot, but the heat wave continues today in the city of gold. Tournament actually wasn't meant to be held here in South Africa this year. It was meant to go to Mozambique, similar to the under 20 COSAFA qualifiers, but some unrest in Moz has meant that South Africa can host a COSAFA qualifiers once again. The last 3 outings for Malawi in a competition like this all saw them progress beyond the group stage. 4th in a makeshift tournament in 2020, 3rd in 2021, and 3rd again in 2022. So they're a side that they know how to win. And another thing that I found interesting, in all the seasons that they've made it out of the group stages and part of the best 4 teams in Southern Africa, they've been under the stewardship of the same coach, Coach Enos Chatama. Oh, Silky leaves him on the floor. Now Simplex. Msongole. Dispossessed. There was the chance, perhaps he also passed to Madula. Chose the wrong passing option there and gives some possession. Turns him inside out like a book there, like a page. Does Capitao. What I've liked also from the football that I've seen so far from the Southern African countries and the development is that the kids are not afraid to skill the ball and to have fun with the ball, which is what I think is also an important part of the game that sometimes we forget. It's important to have fun on there. And the boys are having a good time. Geez, the Zambians had fun yesterday. As we see another move down that right side. Leon. Ball threaded through. Chisale scored a similar goal to this. And that's the methodology then, almost from a Malawi perspective. Their reference points is Clifford Chisale. Get through balls in, either on the floor, on the ground, over the top. Clifford Chisale will get it. And so there's the water break I was telling you about then, right on the stroke of only 25 minutes, almost halfway then. Just over halfway in our first stanza here. No moments yet to write home about here at the A.W. Muller Stadium in UJ. So there you see the weather conditions then, 32 degrees Celsius. Geez, it feels a lot warmer than that. Perhaps because of the place where I'm broadcasting from, the box. I promise the commentary box where I'm in feels like it's 35, but no rain anticipated, humidity 15%, and wind traveling at 17 kilometers per hour. There is the coach for Malawi, Enos Chatama, named one of the best coaches in the Malawi region just this year, named as one of the best development coaches. He coaches a development team out in Malawi. And the boys getting there, getting some dehydration. So I'm told there's some sugar that they have for me. Oof, that's sugary. Oh, that's also nice. But that's it in terms of the sugar highlight package. So cooling break all done, lasted all but 80 seconds. And youngsters ready to get underway again. 0-0 so far. We haven't seen any goalless draws so far. This year's edition, games have been goal-filled. Next, the 3 kickoff today sees the drawing Mozambique play against losing Lesotho. And there you see those possession statistics. They tell you exactly that Malawi's had most of the ball. There's a saying in football, it's not about how much of the ball you have, it's about what you do with the ball. And in terms of what's being done with the ball, well, that statistic still even Steven at 0-0. Foul counts 5 for Angola. They've had to make a couple. 2 only for Malawi. Now they're gonna try to work it on that right. Ball over the top. Oh, tries for the spectacular. Ooh! Perevane Diaz, he hasn't had all too many touches in the game. The one touch he has is nearly goal bound for Diaz. Not bad. I think it's one of their first real chances at the targets. That's it, and I'm right, there it is. The first goal attempt for Angola. Paulo Lovombo. Feels the challenge of the 14-year-old Francis Alfanzema. He's going to go into the book, the youngster. 14 years old. Imagine that, playing in a under-17 tournament at 14 years. What was I doing at 14? Not playing at COSAFA, I can tell you that. Maybe PlayStation. The closest I'd get to playing any continental football would be on my joystick. And Francis Alfanzema, I'm sure, living the dream of many 14-year-olds across southern Africa. Denzel Leon picks his hand up. Referee wants it to be played sooner. Plays himself, and that's an inviting ball. Oh! Alfanzema preparing a change. Malawi Rionye, from what we can see, and it's jersey number 7. It's going to come on for the young Flames. Clifford Chisale, is he on? Looks like he is on. 3 red shirts. Nantunga on the other side, he's all by himself. He should probably pass that. Clifford Chisale should do better there. Pass it, there's Nantunga. He'll know there was a big chance. It's the only time where they've somewhat got a numerical advantage, and it ends up in nothing. I thought, yeah, when he picks up his head and sees, and then there's 2 people marking him. Once the headlights all by himself. It's good defensive work from Josemar Vicente. So for Malawi, they've had their team together now for about a month or so. Told that they concluded their selection in about early November. They've spent 2 or so weeks in camp out in Malawi before they traveled to South Africa. Also, the traveling element is also an interesting one when it comes to the youngsters and getting used to that. I mean, when you speak to pro players, they're familiar with the tough conditions that can come with traveling in Africa. For these young boys, they're learning the lessons first hand and the hard lessons now. For Malawi, I'm told that they spent 2 days on a bus on their way to this competition.
Substitution for Malawi.
So change then is going to be made now. Jersey number 7, Geoffrey Chinyama is going to come on. He's one of the players I was telling you about then. Geoffrey Chinyama is going to come on for Simplex, who's been quiet. So Geoffrey Chinyama only arrived in South Africa last night after his passport problems for the youngster. He was here early this morning to sort out his documentation with the COSAFA officials. But all his passports and things were in order and he's happy to play. That's what I was telling you then, just about the difficulties for the youngsters and getting used to that. I think it's an important element in development football for the youngsters to deal with those challenges. Fanzema. Yeah, so Geoffrey arrived just yesterday. Let's see what he's made of. Yeah, but Malawi 2 days on a bus to get here. Time at the border. I'm sure a similar narrative for the Angolans also. The Namibian team was stuck at the border for 4 hours. As we see Clifford Chisale play it through now. Oh, goalkeeper! Playing with his work, Sebenzi. He'll be lucky that Nandunga just didn't follow up enough. Clifford Chisale, this time picks his head up, this time plays it across the goal. Goalkeeper makes the mistake and oof, Nandunga. So close yet so far. Hassan Madula, the fan favorites. Goes to the box, Alfanzema. Gets a touch on his head, does the 14-year-old. One of the only 2010 players. He celebrated his birthday on the 5th of September. So that means he only turned 14 in September. He's 14 in 3 months or so. He's a young man. But that's what we want. We need our football to be younger and younger. There's a good correlation between game time and minutes played and the quality that the youngster has. Because some of the best youngsters in the world at the moment, Lamine Yamal, Enrique of Brazil, all those guys were playing crazy minutes early on. As we see referee get some words through to Angolan players. No touches for Geoffrey. He's come on and taken that number. He's come here and taken the number 7 as Geoffrey. No one was wearing it, as a matter of fact, on Wednesday when we started, when I think back. Clifford Chisale, Songole now an inviting one to the box. Songole is going to retreat and try to win this one again. Didn't look like there was too much contact there. Bit of theatrics from Paulo Luvumbo. He stayed down. Malawi carry on playing and then the referee comes to the aid. But perhaps the slow-mo will tell us a different story. Off the naked eye, it didn't look like there was all too much on that. Paulo Luvumbo. The yellow card given to James Msongole. Malawi goes into the book for that challenge. So it would appear that perhaps there was something on it. Now, this is what I want to see. Just that after challenge. There's a closer gauge. Oof, and there it is, yeah. Yellow card. Fitting. Songole is very good up and down that flank, the youngster of Play Football Academy. in Malawi. Play Football Academy. Not much went into the naming of that football development. Glad to also know and see that all the ball boys and the flag bearers are from a local team then here in South Africa, a team called Dibaba from Soweto. They play in a league in Shawela and in Protea Glen. So also giving the Mokasi teams a look at what African football looks like. I think I really enjoyed to know that Dibaba are the flag bearers and the men doing the hard work on the pitch. Lumbe. Madula. It's going to stay for Chisale. Lumbe has Nandunga. Plays it himself. It won't get to Yusuf Nandunga. Francisco is going to lead the counter-attack for Angola. Baptista. Francisco again, the goal scorer on Wednesday. Baptista picks his head up. Much to be desired with that ball. It stays alive. No! Foul was spotted by the referee before the shot comes through. Stayed down as the captain, Mofat Mnyoto. 15-year-old captaining the side, playing as that midfield general. Doesn't look like anyone touches him. Looks like he perhaps just may have landed uncomfortably. Mofat Mnyoto, the skipper of Silver Strikers Youth Academy. Yeah, so I've mentioned that the development in Malawi is good. You know, it always makes for good successive planning for your national setups to have a development league. And from what I've gathered, various countries in the Southern African region, they take different approaches to their development leagues. Some have them starting from under 11 right up until under 18. Some nations only start about under 15 to develop their players. Angola's under 20s are also very good. Remember, we in the recent under 20 COSAFA Qualifiers played in Mozambique. They lost to South Africa semi-final. So they're a team that always knows how to make it to the next round. That's a golden thread then with this Angolan team. When they play to progress. Another man has got down, Joel Mazia. And there's Eliseo Francisco. Looks like perhaps the groin area in pain for Mazia. Those ones can be painful. Smiles from the technical staff of Malawi. I think that's Mapopa Kent Msuka. Yeah, it's ball to groin. Five minutes to go then until the halftime break. I hope you've enjoyed the watch. Wherever in the world you're watching this from, it's been tight, it's been cagey. Sides feeling each other out. No one wants to let anything go. No one wants to give anything away. 3-2 corners-wise. Second one for Angola. Man-on-man marking for Malawi. Although they haven't quite picked up Denzel Leon. Some passive marking from Madula. Look at Leon. He's just lurking there on that box. Referee's gonna lay down the law. So what's supposed to happen when you're injured? You're not supposed to enter on the side. And Mazia didn't enter on the side, but they're playing it on anyway. Short from Angola. Oh, the touch is not good enough. It's not gonna work like that. From replacement. Baptista. Game very flat, you've got to say here today. But I would, flat is an adequate description. You know, like I've said, it seems a little bit more like a chess game, this. More strategic. Hey, that one got Kuzad hard. What a tough scolding there. Songole. On a yellow card now, he's going to need to make sure he negotiates that well. But how it works then in terms of qualification for the semi-finals, the first point of call is the head-to-head. So before we look at group stages, we'll have to look at how the teams fared in the head-to-head. Angola, I remember a couple of years ago in the tournament hosted in Mauritius, they were involved in a heavy three-way tie with Namibia, Mauritius. That group ended up being topped by Namibia back in 2016. That's the toughest it's gone in terms of deciding the next round by a head-to-head. Took us really, we're really on our edge of our seats. I remember that campaign vividly in the island of Mauritius. Luvumbo. Oh, that's good stealing of the ball. Is it a push? The referee seems to think that James Lumbe fouled Delphine Luau. Is that tag, that knock? Push. It's a physical game, this. It's young men playing. It's testosterone. It's youthful exuberance. It's lots of energy. It's what you want. It's been a very structured game. The guys have largely abided by the tactics of the various managers, and I think Inos Tadama will perhaps be the happier of the two coaches going into the half-time break. Not too many stoppages. I wonder how many minutes will be added, perhaps 2 or 3 towards the end of this first half. Now, referee wasn't going to let that one fly. Delphine Luau plays at COSAFA Club Angola. And he's gone into the book then. Delphine Luau, second player to be carded in the game, joins James Msongole. Here he is, Msongole. Songole inviting. Oh, goalkeeper. It's still alive. It's not out yet. But assistant calls into that attack and provides protection to the goalkeeper. 3 minutes added as anticipated. But what occurred here? Tell you what, he hasn't looked entirely comfortable in goal, has Dala. There's been moments where he's not saved the ball where he thinks he's had, and then moments like that that are just outright awkward. I'm Songole. Hamba uzobuya, go, you will come back, he says. Yep, the yellow card confirmed for Luau. Picks it up, does the captain. A goal now would be much needed, much wanted. This is inviting Francisco. Oof, it's sufficient goalkeeping, it's dangerous goalkeeping, but the crowd approve. See it there again. You don't want to let Francisco go because he's one of those players where you don't want to let him have too much space. There's a push that the Angolans are protesting for. That happened out of picture. It's a physical game. You've got to be a man. You've got to eat pap to play in these games. Whether you are from Angola or Malawi, you need to eat maize meal. You wake up with cornflakes, haha. They're going to push you to the side. It needs men here, these games, and these are a good bunch of young men. Physical young men. I wonder what the local cuisine is in Malawi and Angola. So, lots and lots of yards out this. It would be something outrageous. I don't think he's going for goal. Ivan Manuel, he is. Runs himself out of play there, does Capitao. Cleared away by Marcos Raimundo. Well, it looks like that's that then in terms of this half of the story, or maybe there's one more narrative in the script. Clifford Chisale cuts back to Masongole. Yeah, KG first off. Another man is down. He'll come on his feet back quickly. He needs to be careful now, James. He's already on a yellow card, and he's one that likes to play. He loves the ball. Time all but up in terms of the first period. According to us, Msongole still wants one more. Malawi want one more. Mnyoto, the captain, and well, that's that then. The first half story written and into COSAFA folklore history. Tight, KG for large parts of that game. Malawi perhaps have a little bit more of the ball as opposed to their Angola team. Angola, they come in and feel the game a lot more from minute 20. But in terms of the most important statistic of the game, there has not been any goals yet here at the UJAW Muller Stadium. It's 0 for Malawi, 0 Angola at the halftime break. Here are the halftime statistics then for you. Possession evenly balanced, although 4 ahead are the Malawans, just edging them. Goal attempts 4-2, 3 on target, 1 for Angola. But that tells the picture of how tight it's been. A tactical display. Hopefully we see it open up in the second half. Stay tuned. We will be back. Clifford Chisale skips a man. He does have Madula on his outside. Songole gets a touch. It's available again, surely. Offside. Hesitates slightly to pull the trigger. It wouldn't have counted anyway. Nandipa Menze of South Africa spots that one. She's a highly acclaimed referee, and you see there she's got it right on the money. He's going to chase this one down. Oh goodness, there may just be danger here. Nantunga has options. There's Madula, he goes for the little clever pass. Ooh, that's clever. Oh, that's really cheeky. Although there have been regular participants of the Cup of Nations, and there's that clever little ball from Yusuf Nantunga. Goes for James Lumbe. Now they're gonna try to work it on that right. Ball over the top. Oh, tries for the spectacular. Ooh! For Diaz. Not bad. Angola. Baptista. Francisco again, the goal scorer on Wednesday. Baptista picks his head up. Much to be desired with that ball. It stays alive. No! 15-year-old captaining the side, playing as that midfield general. Doesn't look like anyone touches him. Looks like he perhaps just may have landed uncomfortably. Welcome back to the UJAW Muller Stadium, where we bring you the second of the Group A CAF Confederations qualifiers. So no moments to write about yet in terms of the first half. It's a first half really where the sides feel each other out. I mentioned it in the first half that it's a group stage, this dressed like a final. It's really deceiving, but we've got two of the best Southern African countries vying head for head, and the second half is official. Malawi to kick us off. This time they attack the goal to the left of your screen. It was very tactical, the first half. Not much invention or innovativeness with the teams really not wanting to give much away. Hopefully this round can be better. Francisco, that's brilliant work, cut back. Oh, now surely! Paula Luvumbo. The half turn is decent, it just doesn't do. Baptista. Still for Francisco. Vulavala. Open, close, Francisco. Now, this is the Angola that we're missing. This is the Angola team that played on Wednesday, and now they finally gelling once again. Francisco, and then the half turn. Ooh, he just gets the ball, just gets tied between his feet. He's not able to pull the trigger. But this is the type of start that they would have wanted, the type of start that they would have envisioned this Angola team to the second half. Capitano plays it to Francisco. Elisao Francisco, second goal against Lesotho on Wednesday, and he's come and started with a bang here. Lots and lots of people at home saying "Vamos Angola." They haven't given the home supporters out in Lebunda exactly what they wanted just yet. James Msongole at the tail end of that challenge. Up by Msongole, header away. Now Capital, like his name, Jao Capital. Now picked up by Delifim. The game is opening up now. You can definitely feel the tempo. Now it's a must win, especially from a Malawi perspective. 2 points after 2 games will not be the type of return that's going to see them qualify for the semi-finals. Capital starts up. Lumbe is going to receive and send forward for the danger man, Clifford Chisale. What does he do with it? Foul. Foul by Ivan Manuel, and probably a card to follow. Yes, indeed, there's going to be a yellow card for Ivan Manuel. He's going to be the third player to go into the books then here. Yellow card for Manuel. Chasers, 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 chasers. Manuel, it's just a matter of, it was either the ball that was going to go past or it was the man. And Ivan Manuel says neither of them are going past. So it's a set piece this from a little bit of a isosceles angle. That angle is in the corner. It's You see the way it's positioned, this free kick. 3 men in the wall for Angola. 4 now. Yeah, because it's a tight angle. If you can get a player that can really curl it, it can be dangerous. That's why they're going to try to cover that area. Now the goalkeeper goes to cover the other side. So let's see. 2 players potentially want it. There's Geoffrey and there's James Lumbe. I don't think he's going to pass here. I think he's going for goal. It doesn't look like his body language says passing. Lumbe! Stunning! Beautiful free kick from James Lumbe to put Malawi into the lead. It's spectacular. It's superb. Oh, it's got the curve. It's got the curler. It's the first one for Malawi. What a free kick. Look at that. Picture that. Picture perfect free kick. Oh, I could watch that all day, every day. Do you know what they call that? They call that a postage stamp. He stamped the envelope. Postage stamp. No goalkeeper's catching that. And look at this. Hey, Maga, these Southern African dancers. What was that? He sort of crosses his arms and moves his hips. It doesn't matter. It's 1-0 to Malawi. Now the game is going to open up. You could sense that there was something about the game. Something about the second half when it came back. Cut back, Capital. It's available for anyone here. Keeper's off his line. Mnyato is going to come and save it. Now, Baptista. Francisco. Baptista. He's going for the spectacular. Polo Luvumbo. I wonder what happened to the goalkeeper. Perhaps some part painful. He looks in some agony. Geoffrey Gama, goalkeeper of Mpira Mudzi Mwachu. That's the team that he plays for. But I want to see what happened, to be precise, because it must be something else. Yeah, it's something else. It'll be something prior. That's the makeshift Zlatan Ibrahimovic volley. So, Malawi lead here against Angola. Geoffrey Gama, his fingertips are in pain, and the referee says, let's get on with it. If he needs to go off, he must go off. She's preserving the time element here. She sends us a bit of time, which she says, deal with it on the other side. I think he'll be good, Geoffrey Gama. For the Young Flames. So, if we look at the head-to-head between the two teams, it tells an interesting story when these two teams meet each other. The last time that Malawi played Angola, it was in South Africa on day 3, where Angola won by 7-1. That was back in November of 2020, the competition hosted here. It's interesting, they shared the same group back in the South African competition in 2020. Nice skill work. And then they met each other. Listen to this then. 2020 was quite an interesting campaign, because Malawi and Angola met each other twice that year. In the qualifiers, they met each other in the group, and then they met each other in the 3rd place game for the bronze medal, where the penalty shifted there. Angola won 7-1 in the group, but Malawi came back and won 2-1 in the bronze match, getting the 3rd place there. I'll go back one more head-to-head for you, back to 2018, when they played each other in the Mauritius tournament. Angola won 1-0. In fact, that 2020 result I was telling you about in the third place was won by Angola again, I lied. So Angola have actually favored the head-to-head. If we play the football by the books, which we know it's not, Angola have won the past 3 games they've played against Malawi. They've never lost to Malawi in this format, in this competition. And here's another interesting stat. Malawi have only been able to score 2 goals against Angola in the past 3 appearances. This is goal number 3 ever that they've been able to score against the side here today. Geoffrey, heavy touch. Choste Batista. That one's given to Nandunga. Geoffrey is going to send the ball to that right. That wasn't the best ball from Geoffrey. Much to be desired. Undercooked. So we're actually seeing history in the making here. Hassan Madula. So on some of the messages on CAF TV YouTube channel, someone asking who's Hassan Madula. Well, Hassan Madula is a youngster that plays for Daja United out in Malawi. Yeah, so we're seeing history. Malawi have never beaten these guys here. On the other side of things, I want to tell you how many goals the Angolans have been able to score against Malawi in the past 4 meetings. They've been able to score a whopping 10 goals in 3 meets, which comes out to an average of Angola scoring 3 goals every single time they play Malawi. Today, out here at the A.W. Muller Stadium, they've got 0. So it just goes to show you that football is a game that's played not on the papers, it's played on the pitch with the feet and not with the numbers. We can love the numbers, we can love what they mean, and in the end, the only thing that means anything is the football on the pitch. Oh, they defending one another there. Diaz. All the way to Geoffrey Gama. Once more movements, once options. Delivery into the Johannesburg sky. Chisale, with him and Nandunga doubling up. Oh, they do impressive work there to keep it in the parameters of play, do Angola, but now there's some movement and there's definitely some time and space for Madula. One more to Lumbe. Lumbe. Madula. Geoffrey. Oof. The man that arrived just today here in South Africa, Geoffrey, gets his first shot on target. I had some tough travels, the kid. Passport problems, but he's here, he's arrived, he's having a decent enough showing for his side. He said, leave it, I want. Chisale. Nandunga gets Enos Chadama into the box. Goalkeeper, well, manager rather, for the side. Listen. They've kept Angola quiet, this Malawian team. So no nation, like I was saying, from our region has been able to win the Under-17 Cup of Nations. South Africa came the closest when they picked up a silver medal in 2015. Angola took home the bronze in 2019. South Africa and Zambia were due to take part in the 2021 event in Morocco, but it was cancelled due to the COVID pandemic. Another player down for Malawi. Joel Mazia. He hasn't been involved as much as he was involved in the other game back on Wednesday against Mozambique. So in terms of goals then, the tournament usually produces lots and lots of goals, and I'm going to tell you the figures. There were 50 goals scored in 13 games in the last event staged in 2022. That comes out to an average of almost 4 goals per game. Our tournament this year has yielded an average of about 2.8 a game, but the most goals rather came from day 2 yesterday, when we saw Zim score 5, Zambia score 8, South Africa score 4. Luau plays it to Francisco. Good defensive shift that by the skipper.
Substitution for Angola. Coming out.
Some change for Angola in the midst of chaos and calamity, and in hopes of getting something back. Jersey 14, Jairo Moana of Atletico Petros Luanda makes his way on. In fact, most of the players playing for Angola come from that powerhouse African team. From the top academy, Geoffrey Nantunga. Francisco opens up his body and then plays in the replacement. Geoffrey nicked by Marcos Raimundo. Nicked there as he starts the counter drive. So there have been 11 other tournaments played loosely under the banner of a regional men's under-17 championship. South Africa have won 3 of these. 94, 2002 and 2020, while defending champions Zambia have also 3 wins, 2017, 2019 and 2022. Following them is Angola, the team in action now. They've won 2 of those tournaments, 2018 and 2021. And then there's 3 teams that have won the competition once. Mali enjoyed success back in 2001. Zimbabwe lifted the title in 2007, while Namibia were victorious in 2016. So these sides have 2 and 1 of these titles respectively, but for Malawi, long ago, 23 years since they won this competition. Nantunga, Silky, Oh, that's naughty. There's a pull there, and the referee's in close proximity to see that. Gives the foul. I wonder what the protest is about from the skipper. Perhaps just words to his teammates to protect him more. But he's definitely fouled Yusuf Nantunga there. Oh, decent ball that Francisco. 3 red shirts behind. And Francisco is by himself there. He goes on and goes on and goes on. And then he just doesn't have the target. He's a good footballer though. He's really lively as a young man. The young flames of Malawi, they're burning bright here in Johannesburg. Capital. Jose Bautista. So should Malawi win the game, they'll be on 4 points. As change, another one prepared from Angola. It's a second change now. It's jersey number 11 this time, Omar Oliveira from AFA Club Angola. Comes on in replacement of Diaz. Yeah, doesn't look like Joel Maziel will be able to continue yet. He's limping, trying to gauge the Malawi bench. Doesn't look like they're prepping a change just yet, but there's 2 guys warming up on that far side, and I think that's what they're indicating. Make the change. Let's get someone else on. Joel Maziel's not going to be able to continue. So they're going to make the personnel change now. 2 guys are warming up. 1 is going to come on. Baptista. Oh! Luvumbo. Capital to Baptista. Good ball! Oh! That's beautiful football. That is beautiful football. And it's been coming all day long for Paulo Luvumbo. Oh, they've been knocking. They've huffed. They've puffed. They've blown the house down now, finally. And perhaps they've just diminished that Malawian flame a tad bit. Paulo Luvumbo, he's asked, he's probed. And then when it comes to his head, ooh. But look at the ball for Baptista. It's so inviting, and then no one has picked him up. The Malawans will perhaps protest and say one of their defenders, Mazia, was out because he's all by himself. Is Luvumbo. Doesn't matter. The goal stands. It's 1-1 in Johannesburg. The game is now alive. The game is now alive. And that's goal number 11 for Angola up against their opposition, Malawi. Wow. The game is turned up a notch. Someone has put the thermometer on here. 1-1 with 20 minutes to go. So when it comes to this point of the game, it just becomes a matter of who wants it more. Who wants it more? Let's see. The assist came from this man, Baptista. He's scooping up another ball. Oof. Oh, that goal was picture perfect. Now that's how to work a move, right? That's good development football. And a team that doesn't die down, a team that doesn't lose its firepower. For Angola, they've had 4 appearances at the Total Energies Cup of Nations. They're looking for number 5. That ball is going to fall favorably for Clifford Chisale. Clifford Chisale. They need to make a change, do Malawi. They're still playing on the pitch with only 10 players. Clifford Chisale, I think, just maybe the hand of an opposition player impedes him. And so the change is going to come through now. Jersey number 2, Sachena, came off the bench again against Mozambique on Wednesday. He'll get another 18 or so minutes to make his mark. Two players down. It's Clifford Chisale and the skipper, and it's a collision of 2 colossal forces of nature. So Lesotho have arrived in the building. They play the next game up against Mozambique. Watching on, they lost 2-1. They really started to come to life on Wednesday in the last 10 minutes when they scored. They've arrived, the boys of Lesotho, watching on. Skipper also limping a bit there. The strength and conditioning of the kids also becomes a very important point. What's occurred there? It's a corner, actually. They thought it was a goal kick, did the Angolans. It's a matter of fact a corner for Malawi. Hassan Madula. Corner count, 7 in total in the game, 4 belonging to Malawi, 3 to Angola. Scoop to the back post, any willing takers? Only the goalkeeper. Sent right to that back stick. Goalkeeper has that area well watched. Another water break then. Last one probably then of the tie, with just under, well, just over 15 minutes to go here. So, hot Johannesburg, but these guys are used to it. Angola's more northern than all of the other southern African regions, so they much closer to the equator. This heat will be something that they're familiar with. Let's remind you of the goals, the 2 goals that have been scored here. And this, well, this was a true beauty, wasn't it? A gem of a goal, a dime of a goal from Lumbe. Oh, I could watch that day in and day out. And then that one came from a set piece then, but open play, and they opened Malawi up for Bolo Lovombo to finish in true strikers fashion. So 15 minutes in the hot Johannesburg heat. The heat is going to be one of the conditions that we'll need to contend with. It will make the game a little bit more interesting. Geoffrey to Nandunga. Clifford Chisale clips it over the goalkeeper. for a striker, you just need one moment. We saw with Luvumbo. You get one moment where suddenly it open up for you and you need to take it. For Clifford Chisale in the game against Mozambique, he had to wait almost 85 minutes for his one moment. The moment hasn't come yet today. Sometimes you've got to make your own fortune, create your own bit of luck. Like I mentioned, 4 appearances in the Cup of Nations for Angola. Best placed was 3rd place in 2019 in the years 97, 99 and 2017. They exited in the group stages. Many people often wonder why the northern African countries do slightly better than the southern African countries. So the west and the northern regions usually do very well. And I'll tell you about the north at least, because I know about them. What they do then, lots of the kids that play for your Morocco, for your Egypt, they play in academies in Europe. That naturally gives them a little bit of an upper notch. The teams, even the academies in those countries, even sometimes go and play and register in UEFA tournaments, playing in, week out. So sometimes that's what gives the northern African countries an advantage, if you may, your Tunisias, your Egypts. Good play. Francisco. Let's come to the back stick here. Kept alive. Oh, me! Has that gone in? Spebeto then. Referee says it stayed out. Goodness me. Yo. Omar Oliveira with a big moment. It just doesn't suffice. Now Angola are playing. Now the Lebunda boys are playing. Francisco. My heart can't take it. Oh goodness, let's look at that. Oliveira doesn't cross the line. He does so well to keep it in and then touches, but we know the rules. The entire circumference of the ball needs to cross, and it doesn't. Okay, let's see. Nope. Look at the shadow. Good call by the referee. Very good call by the referee. Oh, on the other side, there's some action. It's a foul by Malawi. I say it's a good call by the referee because in some of the South African local leagues, I've seen referees give that as a goal. Watching one game between Richards Bay and Amazulu, similar moment, and the ref gave it. Pass. Clear as daylight. So, 10 minutes. And I think this game still has a moment. I feel there's a winner here. I don't think it's going to end as a draw. I'm willing to put my head on the chopping block and say someone's taking this home. Is it the Malawans? Is it Angola? Who wants it? Nyantunga. Captain has really come to life. I see why he's playing in that CDM role. He's cleaned everything up in that midfield. Has Luau. Nyoto. So the winner of this group, Group A, is actually going to play the best second place team. Whoever wins this group, the draw's already been done in terms of who plays who in the semis. So the winner of this group will have to wait and see as to who the best second place team is. This group consists of Angola, like they're playing now, Mozambique drew, Lesotho lost. Now this guy needs to be careful, he's on a yellow already. James Msongole, and he's an important player for this Malawi team. Wonder why they're not taking him off. I would have taken him off just to protect the youngster. There's lots of talents on the bench. Gift Chibala, Rashid's a goalie rather, but lots of talent. Gift Joseph, Chikonda Hoa, who arrived also just today because of passport problems. Francisco twists and turns in that midfield. Now head up. Oh! Just misses the target from the replacement. Jairo Moana. He got 68 minutes in the game on Wednesday. Ooh. Lumbe. Oh, this guy's dominated that midfield. He's cleaned everything up. That pass, not on the same wavelength as the rest of his teammates. And the possession slightly shifted in the second period. Francisco sees a man in the box. Can it get to Luvumbo? He's going to come and clean it up. Geoffrey chases it entirely, and then anyway, everywhere will do there for the Angola man in goal, Dala. He had 2 goals go against him so far in this competition. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, the center half is good. The CDM, brilliant. Brilliant. Francisco. Luvumbo. Alfamenza rather. He's going to get the full 90 minutes, it looks like, the 14-year-old Alfanenza once again here. All the talking, all the play happening in the Malawian half at the moment. Looks like they're just happy to sit and maybe go on the counter break. They may be breached if Angola find this pocket of space. Mosogole. That did not look good, and he's going to be in trouble now. He's going to be in trouble. Referee sends him back to where it occurred. I don't know if he's going to pick him or what. But I'm so confused as to why the coach didn't take him off. He's still got a little bit of a hot head, and he's on a yellow card. He's saying he was pushed. Referee's going into his book, into a book. Oh no! Second yellow means the kid. I think he misses 3 games with a red card, and that's in a tournament like this where you don't know whether you'll even go through. Oh, I wouldn't want to get a red card. I mean, I spoke about it. Or is it the player on the floor that's going to be booked, or is it Msongole? I mean, the slow-mo will tell us as to who more was at fault. So, she's laying down the law, calm, cool, and collected. 1, 2, oh no! Oh no! Malawi are reduced to 10 men as James Msongole. Jeez, I hope that's not the kids' COSAFA qualifiers done. But I thought the coach could have protected him more. He's booked long ago. He's clearly involved in lots of those challenges. They keep him on. The result is they'll have to contend with 10 players now. Sure. Yeah. The best reality television. Now, this is the best form of reality TV in high definition. 5 minutes to go and some change, probably. Lumbe won't get there for Malawi. Geoffrey now needs to slot in at centre back. They need to defend properly. Angola, it's opening up for them. Player on that other side. Frantic frantic on the bench. Captain's gone down to his knees to protest to the referee. He thinks the play should have gone on. There's nothing as exciting as youth development football. You've got raw talent, raw heart, raw passion, raw determination, raw skill. What's happening here? What's occurring here? I'm just trying to get a gauge. I can only call it as I see it. And I'm not exactly sure, was there a foul back there? Look at the plea from the captain. Yacela, please. Delphine Luawu. He's begging, he's asking. Baptista says, get away from the ref. Tensions rising here. It's UJ. I wonder what occurred. But Lumbe wants to put the ball down again. He scored a free kick today from a similar position. Now this is drama. But where? What happened all the way there? Goalkeeper apparently was outside when the goal kick or something like that was taken. That's what I'm hearing. Goalie was outside. Let's see. Oh, that's a good call. Oh, brilliant. Geez, the officiating has been good. It must be said. Yeah, now look at how much they packed that box now. As a man on the other side, they know that Lumbe knows how to curl it, so they're just going to fill the box with white shirts. Raw football this. So, let's see, is there a final moment? I'm predicting some stoppage time because of all the breaks we've had in the game, but 4 men in the wall, including the captain, who pleaded the case as though he was a lawyer in a court. But look at that congestion in the box. Can Lumbe pierce it? Lots of movement, which referee, you bet she'll be watching that too. Yo. Lumbe. Dings. Lumbe is not going to get it beyond there. It was a tough ask, to be honest, with the amount of defenders that were back and retreating. This is the change, the substitutes. Nandunga. No one there. Told that it's going to be 4 additional minutes to be added in this one. For Malawi, this would make their task a little bit more difficult. The mountain that they'll need to climb is going to be so much steeper if they draw this, because it would mean 2 points from 2 games. Not the type of return that Inosh Jamata would have wanted coming back to the COSAFA qualifiers. Last time they played in this competition, like I've mentioned, 3rd place for them. In fact, the past 3 times they've played, they've been able to make it past the group, either as a best 2nd place team or outright winning it. It's a different year, different circumstances, different team. Lumbe's going to chase this one down. Needs to do some defending. Ivan Manuel. Lumbe puts his body on the line, somewhat wins it. Nandunga tries to get beyond the Angolan defenders. Capitao. Francisco. Tricky little winger is Francisco. So what does it mean up next for these teams? They will be in action once again on the 8th of December, Sunday. They'll be in action once again to conclude their group stage games. Francisco. Pushing and shoving. They're defending with 10 players. They're playing with 10 players, and Francisco's playing with them. So on Sunday, Malawi will play Lesotho at 3 o'clock here at AW Muller. And Mozambique will play Angola, who must feel they'll feel in a good position. But also, you want to try win all the games, because how it works, it's not goal difference, it's head-to-head. Angola did beat Lesotho, so that's a good feather in their cap. Luawu. What does he do with this set piece? Every single Malawian player has picked up a white shirt in the box. And there's Baptista right on his right side here. Nope, not like that. They've never played out to a draw, these two teams, ever in their meetings in the Under 17 COSAFA Championships. Like I've mentioned, Angola have beaten Malawi 3 from 3 times in this format. Could take a slightly different trajectory, this result. The game has been exciting though after a goalless first half. The second has produced a brilliant moment from Lumbe from the set piece. Luvumbo scored with the header. There's 60 seconds, perhaps for another moment, another throw of the dice, another flip of the coin. Lumbe wins it for Malawi. Luvumbo sends the sub on his bike. The captain puts body on the line. The decent player is Omar Oliveira. The prick in the opposition side since he's come on. Not going to get onto this one. This is Capitao. So final couple of seconds in here. They played to a 1-1 draw against Mozambique on day 1, Angola. And they're going to draw again here, will Malawi. 2 points from 2 games. Angola make it 4 points, a win and a draw. Puts them in prime position with the game against Mozambique on Sunday. So that's how it ends in here from the UJAW Muller Stadium. An exciting watch for the neutral supporter. Definitely got the money's worth. But Malawi still to get going here in terms of 3 points, and perhaps that Ivory Coast dream slowly slipping away and remaining just that, a dream. For Angola, the dream lives on until Sunday, where they will play Mozambique in a must-win game. So, as confirmation of the scoreline for you, 1 Malawi, 1 Angola at full time. Statistics-wise, very evenly matched encounter. 8 to 10 goal attempts, 5 on target for Malawi, 2 for Angola, which is impressive. 2 shots on target means 50% of the shots they've had on target have ended up in the goal. But a picture of an evenly matched game, even Steven. But up next then, the main game, 3 o'clock, sees Mozambique play against Lesotho, and what is again a do or die. But for myself, Tandom Tiako, thank you for allowing me to be in your company, and until the next time, it's a goodbye.
Up next, we have Mozambique up against Lesotho.
Capitao studs up. Lumbe is going to receive and send forward for the danger man, Clifford Chisale. What does he do with it? Foul. Chasers. Manuel, it's just a matter of, it was either the ball that was going to go past or it was the man. I think he's going for goal. It doesn't look like his body language says passing. Lumbe! It's the first one for Malawi. What a free kick! Look at that! Picture that! Picture perfect free kick. Oh, I could watch that all day, every day. They call that a postage stamp. He stamped the envelope. Postage stamp. No goalkeepers catching that. And look at this. Hey, Maga, these Southern African dancers. Oh, decent ball that Francisco. 3 red shirts behind. And Francisco is by himself there. Goes on and goes on and goes on. And then he just doesn't have November. Capitao to Baptista. Good ball! Oh! And then when it comes to his head. Ooh. But look at the ball for Baptista. It's so inviting, and then no one has picked him up. The Malawans will perhaps protest and say one of their defenders, Mazia, was out because he's all by himself. The game is now alive. Good play. Francisco. Let's come to the back stick here. Kept alive. Oh, me! Has that gone in? Spibeto then. Let's look at that Oliveira. Doesn't cross the line. He does so well to keep it in and then touches, but we know the rules. The entire circumference of the ball needs to cross, and it doesn't. Okay, let's see. Nope. Look at the shadow. Good call by the referee.
Coach.
Estou a pedir na minha pasta do zip, has de abrir. Depois podes fechar a pasta só para tirar o meu cronômetro.
I should. No, they were this side.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,